Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's good to have you here this evening. How was church today for those of us that are Christians? How has your Sunday been? Good evening. Welcome this evening to today's program. We've been talking about success for some Sundays now, throughout some past series that I held. We've been talking about success. So today, we're going to be talking about how to sustain success. How to sustain success. So it is one thing to become successful, and it's also another thing to sustain success and remain successful. So it is necessary to remain successful after attaining success, because it's not good to rise and fall. So it is good to maintain the balance and grow. So this evening we're going to be talking about how to sustain success. How to sustain success. So we're going to be looking at 8 ways actually prepared. 8 ways on how we can sustain success. So number one of how we can sustain success is your last success should not distract you from setting new goals. Your last success should not distract. Yeah, good evening. Uncle Godwin Eoro, good evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. So number one is that your last success should not distract you from setting goals. So you have to keep setting goals even after you have succeeded. No matter how successful you feel, keep setting goals. No matter how small the goals may be, no matter how big the goals may be, keep setting goals after you have succeeded. And don't only set goals after you have succeeded in life. Keep planning on how to achieve the goals that you have actually set. You see, so by setting goals, maybe bigger or smaller goals, after you have succeeded, will help you sustain success. And then, when setting goals this time after you have succeeded, it is necessary to set goals that are secured. Goals like secured investments that will help you sustain your success. When you set goals, you have succeeded. Now you want to sustain the success. So what do? You set goals, investment goals, secured investment goals that can help you in future, no matter the challenge you face or no matter the challenges you face, so that you don't come down and then you will not be successful again. So it is necessary that you set goals after you have succeeded. Set goals, big, small goals. Plan for them, follow them, and if necessary, you set secure investment goals. This will help you sustain success. It will help you sustain success. So don't forget this number one. Your last success should not distract you from setting new goals. Your last success should not distract you from setting new goals. Keep setting goals. By so doing, you will sustain success. Then number two of how to sustain success is, I call it, never arrive. Never arrive. Never arrive. Now, what does this mean? This means that don't ever feel like you have arrived. Don't ever feel like, you see that feeling of, I have arrived. No. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. In as much as you should appreciate yourself or your team for succeeding, in as much as you should celebrate your success, don't let that feeling of I have arrived get into you. You need to be careful about that feeling of I have arrived. Because you see that feeling of I arrive, it sends you to sleep. It sends you to sleep. It makes you start feeling like I'm accomplished. I've achieved everything I'm supposed to achieve. So what am I going to do again? I have arrived. It sends you to sleep. And then one other thing that feeling does is that feeling makes you proud. That feeling makes you proud. It brings pride into you. I have arrived. And the pride it brings into you comes with a lot of things. Pride comes with a lot of things. For example, it comes with arrogance. It comes with show-off. It comes with laziness. So that spirit or that feeling of I have arrived, don't allow it to get into you, because it will blind you. It will blind you. And before you wake up, you're down. So stay humble. Stay humble. And don't fly high. This is one of the ways to sustain success. Stay humble. Don't fly high. Never arrive. Number two, never arrive. Say no to that feeling of I have arrived. I have arrived. So go to number three of how to sustain success. Yeah, number three here, what I wrote here is be persistent and consistent. Be persistent and consistent. If you want to sustain success, you've got to be persistent and consistent. Whatever it is that you were doing that made you succeed, whatever it is that you were doing that made you succeed, don't give up on that thing and don't let it go. Don't feel like I have succeeded. I'm going to give up on this. I'm going to let it go. No! Be persistent. Don't give up on it. Don't let it go. Whatever it is that made you succeed, make sure it becomes a regular occurrence. Make sure it becomes a regular occurrence in your life or in your business. Make it a nature in you or in your business that you have chosen to depend on, that you're not going to let go. So make it a nature. So by being persistent and consistent, you will be able to sustain the success that you have achieved. So you need to be persistent. You need to be consistent. You have to make that occurrence that made you succeed regular. Let it keep reoccurring regularly in your life, in your business, in whatever area that you've succeeded. And then you make it a nature that you depend on. And then by so doing, you're sustaining success. You're sustaining success. As you grow old, you might reduce the pace, or you might delegate. You might delegate to some trusted people or your team, but that doesn't mean that you should stop. That persistence and consistency needs to be there to maintain success. So we'll go to number 4. Number 4 here says, update and upgrade. Update and upgrade. One of the ways to maintain success is to keep updating and keep upgrading. You know why? The world is evolving. The world is moving. So you have to move with the world. Technology, new inventions, a lot of things are coming up. Things are updating. If you can recall the kind of televisions we used to use before, those big box televisions, are not the kind of televisions we use again. In fact, you can hardly find them anywhere right now. We've grown from those box televisions. We've grown to plasma. From plasma, we have smart televisions now. So the world is evolving. So you have to update. You have to update. Everything is upgrading and updating. Don't stay stagnant because you feel you have succeeded. No, you have to update. You have to upgrade. You need to seek new knowledge about life and your business, your endeavors, your profession. Seek new knowledge. Everything is updating. Your profession is updating. Your business is updated. Everything is updating. So you have to seek new knowledge. You have to update and upgrade for you to maintain success, so that you don't realize too late. Because if you refuse to update and upgrade and you're feeling like I've succeeded, I'm still a champion in this field, maybe probably before you realize yourself, it might be too late. Before you realize that you are outdated, it might be too late. And by that time, you might already be tilting down. You might already be going down. And then it might be too late for you to start struggling to meet up with the trend of whatever it is, your profession or your business. It might be too late because you were so relaxed. You refused to update. You refused to upgrade. You were so relaxed. It might be too late for you. It actually might be too late for you. Even when you eventually go down because you lack updates, you might have to start struggling. And you're like, they never give me a lot of major problems of Nigeria today, and our leader have been outdated. Oh my God. So if eventually you go down because you lack updates, it is usually difficult to bounce back. If you go down because you lack updates, it's usually difficult to bounce back because you have to start inquiring. Because it's like someone that just woke up from sleep by 5 p.m. in the evening. Meanwhile, some people woke up 5 a.m. in the morning. They've gone far. And you're waking by 5 p.m. You start struggling. How am I going to meet them up? Where did they go to? Where are they now? Oh, I was sleeping. No. You got to keep updating. You got to keep upgrading in any field where you feel you have succeeded. You got to keep updating. So updating and upgrading will help you sustain success. It is going to help you sustain success. So keep updating, keep upgrading. Don't be too full of yourself. Don't think you know it all. No, the world is moving. The world is moving. So the next one, number 5. Number 5 on how to sustain and maintain success is continuous assessment. Continuous assessment. Yes, it is a word that is familiar with the school academic activities. But I don't mean that. What I mean now, this has to do with success. You have to assess yourself continuously. Assess your business, assess your profession, assess whatever you're successful in. Assess it continuously. You assess continuously. Always assess yourself, or your business, or your profession, whatever you're successful in. Always assess to know your performance. You need to know your performance. You need to know your performance. Because if you ignore assessment, you might not know your real performance. You might just be thinking that I am already successful, and you might not know your performance. So as an individual, one of the ways you can assess yourself regularly is to get someone to hold you accountable. You have to get an accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable, like a mentor or a coach. They can put you in check. Because most times, you may not be able to realize your level of performance. You might need a check from outside you. So continuous assessment helps you to sustain success, because you keep informing yourself of your performance. And then as an organization or an institution, one of the ways that you can continually assess yourself to know your performance is by hiring an auditor. You could hire an auditor to come from time to time to audit your establishments, so that you know your level of performance. Or you can also hire some professional consultants in the area of your specialization. You can hire some consultants, professional consultants in the area of your specialization, in the area of your field, from time to time, to come and do a check, to evaluate you, so that you know your level of performance. This keeps you on check and helps you sustain success. So we'll go to number six of how to sustain success. Number 6 is clear vision. Clear vision. What do I mean by clear vision? Don't go blind when it has to do with your vision. Don't feel like I'm successful now. The vision that brought me here has to go and sleep. I dump the vision. I'll delete the vision. No. Don't dump your vision. Don't delete your vision, even when you have succeeded. Always make sure that you see your vision clearly. The vision that led you to succeed, don't dump it, don't delete it. Always make sure you see that vision clearly. Because when you make sure you see the vision clearly, what does it do? It keeps you conscious. It keeps you in a conscious state always. Your vision reminds you of your journey. Your vision reminds you of your journey to success. Your vision reminds you of how you got to where you are now. It makes you to be aware of everything you have done in the past and everything you're doing now. So keep your vision alive. The vision that brought you to succeed, keep it alive. The vision that you want to use to maintain success or to go forward, keep it alive. Always keep your vision alive. It keeps you in that consciousness. And when you're in that conscious state, it helps you sustain success. It helps you sustain success. So number seven of how to sustain success is don't drop your value, principle, and standards. Do not drop your value, principle, and standards. Now, what do I mean here now? The values, the principles, the standards that brought you this far, that made you succeed, don't drop them because you feel you are successful now. No, don't drop them. Now, let me tell you something. The same values, the same principles, the same standards that made you succeed, they are the same thing that will help you sustain your success. Now, for example, you establish a business with the right values, with the right principles, and with the right standards. People come because they're attracted to your values, the values you offer them. They're attracted to your principles, the way your organization runs, the way your business runs. They're attracted to the standards you set. And they begin to come. They begin to patronize you. They develop trust for you. And you begin to succeed. And then at a point, because you feel you have succeeded, you drop it. You know what happens to you? Once you drop the value, the principles and standards that got you to succeed, the people that trusted in you, in your organization, in your business, whatever it is, will lose their trust for you. They will lose their trust for you. And once they lose their trust for you, they withdraw. And once there's a withdrawal, what happens? You begin to go down. And you know the bad thing about this? Sometimes, because you're feeling successful, you might not even notice that there's a withdrawal from people that were attracted to you, from people that were patronizing you. You might not notice it because you're still feeling successful. And you start going down. And once you get down, it becomes difficult for you to sustain the success that you worked so hard to achieve. So maintain the values, the principles, the standards that helped you attain success. Maintain it. Hold it firm, because that is what is going to help you sustain the success that you've achieved. And this part of the world where I'm from Nigeria, you know, people take this for granted. People take the value, the principles and standards that made them succeed. They take it for granted. And this is one major reason why so many successful people and so many business has gone down in this part of the world where I'm from, Nigeria here. You know, once they make it, you know, once they just feel successful or they feel like they've succeeded, they don't care about the values they offer again. They don't care about the principles of how the business operates. They don't care about the standards they set. And before you know, you just hear that one big business has just collapsed. One big organization has just gone down. But there's some establishment, there's some businesses that have run for 100 years in some part of the world. Why? They never choke. But the value, the principles and standards they set from the beginning is that what they do, they upgrade it. So one of the ways for you to sustain success is to maintain the value, the principles, the standards that made you succeed. It will help you sustain success. So continue to swipe and shine. Continue to swipe and shine. Don't leave the surface dirty. No, don't leave it dirty. If swipe and shine made you succeed, continue to swipe it. Whenever it's dirty, if that's your standard, if that's your principle, if that's your value, continue to swipe and shine. Whenever it gets dirty, swipe. Clean the dirty off and keep shining. By so doing, you sustain success. So number 8, the last one that I want to leave you with on how to sustain success is that for you to sustain success, you must be a good manager. You must be a good manager. Because whatever you mismanage in life, you will lose it. Whatever you mismanage in life, you lose. If you mismanage your marriage, you lose it. If you mismanage your body, it will kill you. If you mismanage your body, it will kill you. If you mismanage your money, you will always be broke. If you mismanage your job, you will lose it. If you mismanage relationships, you lose them. You lose them. If you mismanage your business, it will fail. So one of the things that you should do to sustain success is that you must be a good manager of all your endeavors, all your activities in life. Be a good manager. Manage them well. Because whatever you mismanage, you will lose. Whatever you mismanage, you will lose. So I hope and I believe God that after listening to this program today, you will be able to sustain and maintain any form of success that you have achieved in life. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Please share this program, like this program, share this program. Share. It will be a blessing to someone. Good night and have a wonderful night rest and a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.